guys, welcome back, and if you're new, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Amanda.
And today we're going to be doing another buddy reading vlog / read with us.
We did do a poll over on our Instagram asking you guys which book we should read this month, and Flock by Kate Stewart won, so we are so excited for this. We are going into it completely blind. We have no idea what it's about, but that's how we like going into books.
We do think it's going to be a contemporary romance, but just looking at the cover, it kind of gives us fantasy vibes a little bit.
The Ravenhood.
The Ravenhood, like what is that about?
It's screaming fantasy.
I know,
to me.
I know. So we have no idea what to expect, but we're so excited. We've heard great things about it.
So I will be reading the physical copy.
And you guys know how I feel about ebooks, so I already downloaded it onto my laptop, so that's where I'll be reading.
So it is really chilly outside, so we wanted to just sit down today and do a really cozy reading vlog.
If you do want to read along with us, we'll have chapters on this video, so you can go ahead and stop whenever we stop and listen to our discussion and our thoughts.
We are saving spoilers for the very end, so if you haven't read this book and you want to, don't worry, we will let you know right before we say anything. Okay, so we're going to start reading now. So we're going to read till chapter 10 and then we'll make our first update, so we'll see you then.
We just got through chapter 10, and what are your initial thoughts?
Okay, while I was reading this book, I was seriously thinking that I haven't been super into a romance book in a while. The way that I feel about this, I'm immediately falling in love with these characters. I kind of feel like it's gonna be, you know, in Twilight when Bella's like, I know what you are, and Edward's like, say it. Then say it. I feel like it's gonna be like that.
I just want to start by saying, I took some notes. This prologue was the best prologue I've read in a really long time. I felt like it was such a great start. Like the writing was excellent. It was just enough to like get the reader hooked. Like I immediately wanted to know what was gonna happen. I just thought it was so well done. We're still kind of in the beginning of the story. They're still trying to explain the dynamic she has with her father, what happened with her mother.
Okay, so right now Celia is moving in with her father that she doesn't have a great relationship with, and he lives in this big gigantic house. Like he has a lot of money, and she's basically just trying to work for his company so that she can get a share.
Yeah, I think when she turns 20 she gets her share in the company, and she just wants to support her mom, give back, because her mom basically raised her by herself.
Yeah, so she's thinking, I'm just gonna be here for a year, it's gonna suck. But then she goes to orientation and she meets Sean, who
is just super interesting.
Yeah, well, literally his first words, I was already like, Sean ends up being her supervisor. This party that she goes to, half of the people there work for her father. So this guy Dominic has like a huge problem with her being there, not only because she's their boss's daughter, but also because she's like 19, really young. Right off the bat, he has a huge problem with her. He's like, you need to leave.
The banter's already so good. Anytime that this man's in a scene, I freak out.
And we find out that all of these boys, like their friendship group, have like the same tattoos. A raven.
I don't think they're necessarily a gang, but this group is something more. There's a secret. They're like all a mystery. They don't really talk to her about their past necessarily. I don't know. It's just very much,
there's something going on.
There's something going on.
I'm thinking they're like all birds.
You just all think they can shapeshift.
I just think they're all birds.
I don't know what I think. I don't think it's gonna be a fantasy anymore. This secret is gonna be so much bigger than we think. Like I don't think it's just gonna be like a little, oh, they're a little gang. She keeps having deja vu.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I was gonna say. That's weird.
That's foreshadowing already.
The first time she said, while she was meeting everyone, she's like, deja vu. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You can tell she's very comfortable with these people. The foreshadowing is just so heavy. I just don't know what it's trying to tell us, you know? Like the way that they introduce Dominic, like he's way too intriguing for him not to have a main part in this plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna stop at another 10 chapters, so we will see you when we're done with chapter 20.
finished chapter 20 and I took hella notes, so let's get into it. Initially, I thought it was very sus that Sean was not making a move.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah. He's like waiting for her to do it.
No, but not even. She even kept saying, it seems like he's waiting for something other than my permission. Hinting, I feel like that has something to do with his group or like Dominic. I don't know.
It's a rule.
There's something going on. Especially like we were talking about briefly, him saying something like, I'm feeling very selfish. I'm getting that he wants her all to himself, kind of.
It's probably a rule in their group that the girl has to
be approved by all of them.
Not only that, but she chooses. And he's being selfish by...
Oh, not giving the other ones a chance.
Yeah, like he's like, it's gonna be me.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it is. It's so weird that like...
There's just this huge mystery, like there's a huge secret.
Yeah.
I'm ready to know already.
Dom knows more than he's leading on.
Of course.
I don't know what it is. The whole dynamic of that group, something is just off and I don't know what it is. And you know how there's a scene where Sean says like, my superpower is like reading people and like knowing exactly what they want. I'm like, oh, so you could read minds is what you're saying. And I don't know, but like, why isn't Dom doing anything? Initially, I was thinking it is very much going to be this is the guy that's right for her, but she's gonna end up with the bad boy, right? But the more it goes on, I'm like, she is really into Sean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that who she's talking about in the prologue?
She's the cousin.
She's the cousin, not their cousin. It's the cousin that the coworker was talking about. One of her coworkers talked about a girl who used to live in their town, got involved with these boys, and left heartbroken, never comes back again.
I just keep thinking there's 3 books, and I feel like we're barely getting into it right now.
I also feel like we're probably way off about just everything that...
Like, what's gonna happen when she finds out that they're all birds?
No, I don't think they're birds, dude. I think there is something that they possess, though. Like, if it is some kind of power or just, like, I don't know, dude. Or that they all know her already.
Then Sean told her she doesn't realize how dangerous she is.
Sean's a little too hippie for me. They had a whole conversation and he's like, time doesn't exist and no cell phones. I'm like, what?
How everyone was with like marijuana in 1938.
Yeah, he's just too much for me.
I'm thinking, one, his whole thing with the cell phones, like he doesn't want her to have her cell phone out anytime. I'm thinking he doesn't show up on pictures. And then you know what else?
Like vampires?
You know what else I was thinking? Because she was like, my dad has cameras all over this backyard.
Yeah, and he's like, Dom got it.
Yeah. That's because they're not going to be in the cameras. Like, they're not going to show up. Anyway.
I didn't think about that. I thought just Dom, since he's like MIT, he could just hack into the system.
That's his excuse.
Right, I got you. Her also saying Dom graduated MIT. First of all, okay, smart. Like,
what is she doing? Fixing cars?
Right, that's what they were saying. Like, what's he doing working at a garage? Like, I think they're plotting something that is gonna like f with her dad's company and like bring him to the ground. Like, they're gonna hack into that, and I feel like Sean's feeling guilty already because there's a few times where she says like,
that's a good prediction.
There's twice now that she said, I see fear in his eyes or something. And I'm like, either he feels guilty or...
And that's why Dom is so... I'm telling you now, it's not a good idea for you to be here.
Especially when she first was there and he's like, what are you doing? Like, get her out of here. I just keep saying, like, where's Dom? Where's Dom? I don't care.
Her whole paper, where's Dom? Where's Dom?
Where's Dom? Sean is controlling. His whole thing of, like, nature, I'm a free bird. I'm a free bird. I need to be out in the open and we gotta do whatever. I'm like... Dude, the fact that he doesn't stand up for her around the others is super weird. Super weird.
I think to his point, it's like you have to fit in here on your own. And like he said, he was like, trust me when it comes down to it. And if like you need me, I will be there. But this, you have to be able to bark back.
I don't know. So we have some theories going. We got maybe they're birds.
They're definitely birds.
We have maybe they're trying to plot over her dad's company and they're feling guilty about it.
Why do you keep cussing?
What did I say?
You keep saying the F word for like no reason.
I said fuck right now?
Yeah.
Shit. I didn't even notice.
Just, I'm ready for answers and I know the rest of the book is gonna keep going when the time is right. Testing, games, more confusion.
I'm not mad at it though. Like, take me along for the ride. I just hope it ends good.
Yeah.
Like, tie all the loose ends, please. We're gonna keep reading till chapter 30. Have an update then. If you are actually reading with us, stop now and leave comments about your predictions and things. Definitely put, like, spoiler warning, though, in case anyone who hasn't read it yet reads the comments.
I'm pretty happy with the book so far.
It's so good. The writing's good. We'll see you in 10 chapters, which is crazy. It's flying by though. Flying by. We will see you guys in our next update. We stopped at 31. What have we learned? We've learned a lot. I took hella notes. Chapter 21, we learned that the dad is like shorting the checks of all the workers, which I felt like was a huge deal because she's gonna inherit this business. Like all the workers are unhappy and there's like a bunch of like maybe illegal things going on, but I kind of feel like he didn't know.
I don't think he did know.
Right?
Because he had said like, I need you to understand that I have so many locations and I'm not even in charge. I'll handle it.
That made me think that like maybe the boys had something to do with it since like Sean's a supervisor, but I think it goes even beyond him, right? Because he said maybe it was something in accounting or something.
Maybe he is part of.
I don't know. I felt like maybe
he
they
was
were
part
taking,
of who's taking the checks.
Like maybe they were taking money to give to like other people.
Kind of did make me sad because while she was telling her dad like, this is what's happening, and this girl came after me saying, well, you're his daughter. And she's like, and I didn't know how to tell her that like means nothing.
Right.
That made me sad.
I liked that whole conversation.
Yeah.
Because it kind of changed the dynamic. You see kind of his regret in a way, and I don't know, it kind of humanized him for a minute. I don't think he knows like what's going on.
Now I don't think they're birds.
Right.
I was reading and I was like, I don't think they're gonna be birds.
I don't think it's a fantasy. We kept hoping that maybe something was gonna happen.
I thought they were gonna be like flying.
I really didn't think they were gonna be birds, but I thought they were gonna have some kind of powers or something. We learned a lot in these last 10 chapters.
Okay, what else do we have?
The fact that they were saying the security cameras had been on an uneventful loop. I was kind of worried because I was like, okay, that means your safety as well though. Like if something happens, no one's gonna know.
They're not worried about that.
Yeah.
It's because they're the ones taking all this money and stuff.
Well, right, I don't know. So
they have Dom out here. That's why he's all MIT, because he can fix
he can
all
go
this
in
stuff.
And even we had a scene when he was like doing some kind of coding.
Yeah.
And let's take it step by step though, because that was what
she was like, this looks like the Matrix.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, well, you haven't decided what color pill you're gonna take yet.
Which I love. The whole aspect of them, like, of them only telling her the bare minimum. So if she does want to just leave, she's able to, and because there's no evidence.
I mean, she still knows nothing.
Right.
She knows she knows there's something up.
And I love that they did that because they gave her an out. Like, if she really wasn't comfortable and wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I don't think she will. Oh, Dom's driving is a little too advanced. It was giving Baby Driver. Like I was like, oh, okay, so y'all commit crimes or something, right? Because giving way too much like, oh, I'm skilled and I know how to get away. Even Sean, there was a scene where
they weren't worried about it.
Right, the cops were following him and he's like, nah, I got it.
Yeah. So you guys are all, what is the word?
Outlaws, delinquents,
misfits,
all of the above. It's kind of just like almost a secret society or group. No one outside of it knows what's going on, and that's why they're giving her the choice. Like, if you want in, you'll get answers. But if not, leave now, you know, basically. You know the whole Robin Hood thing of, like, Robin Hood steals, he's a thief, but he gives it to the poor people.
Who's Robin Hood?
Robin Hood? You don't know who Robin Hood is?
No. Is that some DC?
I don't even know how to explain this to you. What?
I like Spider-Man.
This is from, like, Disney Channel, dude.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
I don't know who that is.
Let me show you a picture right now.
I've never seen that man in my life. I don't know who that is.
Well, there's okay, well, I don't even know how to, I don't.
They still try to make it more than what I think it's gonna be.
Right.
Forever.
There's a few things said that does definitely throw you off. I don't know if we're just noticing it because we went into it thinking it was gonna be something more than a contemporary romance, or if there is actually something going on. No idea.
What else happened after that?
Well, we finally got to see their lifestyle, right? I initially thought that they were causing the storm.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I was like, oh.
That scene was crazy.
No, yeah. I initially thought like, oh, their emotions are controlling the weather. Like.
Yeah, she was like, we missed the storm. Like it went the other way.
Yeah, that could have just been enhancing the tone of everything that was happening. But I was like, oh, they can control the weather. I just feel like their whole thing is kind of too good to be true. Like something's gonna happen. She even said like, someone's gonna catch feelings, then I feel like it's gonna be
someone's
me.
Gonna get hurt in the end, and it's gonna be me.
Which, yes, girl. That's what happened to that last girl.
100% is.
Yeah.
And he's all with his hippie response. Sean's like, we don't know if that's gonna happen. It could happen.
He would drive me insane. I can't.
He's like, but I don't want that to happen. Like, okay.
Oh, that made me think, like, is all of the Ravenhood like that? Or it's just them two, right?
It's probably all of them are like that.
That's crazy.
Because even that girl was saying she went with her brother, and her brother's so, like...
Right. Like, doesn't want her in that
You're
world.
not going over there.
And then just the last chapter we read, getting to see moments of Dom being like an actual human being. Yeah, there's just like little moments and I'm just like, I'm obsessed with this man. What are your predictions? Because we're on the last 10 chapters now. Do you have any?
Crazy.
I know. It went by so quick.
We're gonna want to read the next one like automatically.
I know.
Because I feel like it's, do you think it's gonna leave on a cliffhanger?
No, but I think it'll be like, okay, I have to read the second one though, because it was so good, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so we're gonna read the last 10 chapters and then we will see you at our last update. Okay, we just finished.
We just finished. Should we take it from where we left off? Yeah, let's go back. I like how she kept referring to them as complete opposites, right? She described Sean like a golden sun, right? Like her day versus Dominic is like the nighttime, like
sunny
the cloudy
and rainy.
I love that.
Perfect. You have the perfect
Ideal situation.
Yeah.
Right.
We were definitely wrong about like
we were wrong about a lot, about 99% of the book,
which I love,
right.
Honestly. I'd rather not be completely correct. But like I thought they were gonna be birds and stuff.
I don't know why we were so convinced it was gonna have to do with something.
It looks like a fantasy. It just looks like here he is.
Yeah, we were so sure it was gonna have some kind of otherworldly aspect or some kind of supernatural.
We've just been reading too much, like Akatar.
And we were searching for things like anything we could click onto.
This is Tamlin, and this is Reese. Like.
We finally got to see what this big secret was, right? That they were hiding. Which, thank God, at least we got some answers, right? It wasn't necessarily what I was expecting, but I think some of our predictions and thoughts kind of led that way, right?
Yeah.
My main issue with it is we didn't meet up to the prologue, right? I've been saying that constantly throughout this whole video because I was so excited to finally catch up to real time. And I don't like that this book didn't get there yet. So I don't know if it's the last book in the trilogy that will finally like catch up to then. But like I wanted that to happen already, so I'm kind of disappointed when it comes to that. But
overall, without spoilers, what do we think? I thought it was pretty.
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good. It was definitely unique. It wasn't what I was expecting. I will be reading the second one.
I will too. I just don't know when.
It's hard because I liked it too, but I'm hoping that the second one we're gonna get so many answered questions. Like nothing was solved.
Right. It was very much a beginning thing. And I think
so the second book has to have answers.
I'm sure that all three are gonna be good because the story feels like it's just begun really. She's just now in on the secret.
That's why I'm like, this one's probably not even shit compared to the other ones.
Right. If you've read this trilogy and you think we should keep reading, let us know. Let us know if it gets better.
I'm going to anyway, but I feel like I'm gonna be so bothered. Like I need to know more, so I'm gonna order the second book.
Right.
Like today.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like a coming of age, right? She's leaving her original hometown, venturing off, is now living in a mansion, very much thrown into this lifestyle that she's not used to. We have this whole mystery throughout the whole book that we're trying to figure out what's happening. I think it's a solid book. I would recommend it.
I think it was good. There was a lot of smutty. This was probably like one of the most smuttiest books I've ever read too.
I wish I would have enjoyed it more. I feel like I was constantly trying to find things that weren't there that I was taking away from it. Like I was trying to figure out like one of the biggest scenes, there's also like a storm happening and I'm trying to figure it out and I'm like they're controlling the weather and I think I was too caught up in trying to do that I was missing out on some of the scenes.
Also the part when he was going like, I don't know, I think it was Sean, he was going like really fast and he like went off the road when the cops were chasing them. I thought he was gonna like put his wings up and like pick the car up or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I was thinking there was gonna be like more in that sense.
Right.
But no, he just went really fast.
That's our fault though.
He took a shortcut.
That's what we get for going into it
I know.
Completely with the wrong idea, but that's okay. It was still a great book. I would recommend.
I would
Good
too.
characters. I'm excited to read more about them. I know this trilogy is like absolutely huge, so I know it's probably just gonna get even better.
So if you haven't read this book and you want to read it, we highly recommend.
We will be spoiling now. Okay, going back to when we first started reading chapter like 32-ish, they have this open polyamorous relationship. The dynamic of that already I felt like was going to crash and burn.
Definitely.
But it didn't,
It
right?
didn't. They're like sticking to it.
Which I like because it's so different.
Yeah.
We don't
but
read
it's
books
like
like
they
that.
try to reassure her so many times that it's like you
it's
need to
okay.
get over
Right.
it or choose.
Right.
Like that's what it's getting to.
I like it because, like I said, we haven't read books like that. I think it's interesting. I didn't want it to end up, well, actually, I don't know. But I feel like if it ended up with her just wanting, like, one person, it would be very common. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting in that sense.
But
I
I
really
like how
that.
she truly does seem like she just is in love with both of them.
Mhm.
There's no choosing.
Right.
She's not going to choose.
I do like that, yeah.
But it's like, that's fine, but let's get used to it then, you know? Because there was this part where Sean, like, came home and she was freaking out. She was, like, trying to move all the stuff that they had done all day as if it was gonna, like, hurt his feelings. Right. Mom's just, like, watching her. And he's just like, how was your day? Like, they're so unbothered.
But it was realistic in the sense that I think that's how anyone would react in that situation. Especially coming from just monogamous like relationships to all of a sudden be thrown into something like this. I think it was very realistic, like all of her actions. Like constantly worried the other one's gonna be jealous or feeling guilty even though they're constantly reassuring her. I felt like that was
unique. That was cool.
I mean, we were pretty on par for our like normal predictions. I guess that's why they split it up into a trilogy. You have to read them all.
So then does that mean the next book is gonna be like her basic boyfriend?
I feel like there's gonna be something to drive her away because she stays away for years. Her year isn't even up yet, right? It's still summer. So she still has like what?
We
a
still
couple
have
months.
to figure out how they're gonna go about this plan.
I understand the plan. I understand them wanting to publicly reject her so that she can't be viewed as a weakness to them, right? Simple stuff. I think they're just forcing her to stay away from them now. Like they don't want her to be seen with them because she is a weakness. Like someone can use that against them. We know that Dominic's parents died in a factory fire while working for Celia's father.
And he tried to cover it up.
And he covered it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's your motive. And the whole book I was trying to figure out their motive. I was like, what would make them want to screw over her father? Other than just that he's cutting people's checks, right?
Yeah.
Like I felt like it had to be more than that. So there's our answer, which I didn't necessarily predict.
I didn't expect Dom's parents to have a whole reasoning for them to be going after her father. We were right when we were saying that there's something going on that's going to involve her father's business.
And that she's going to be upset because they used her.
Yeah.
I do like that they finally communicated with her, but I feel like they could have done it sooner. I don't know why they kept it a secret
They
so
acted
long.
like she had such a close relationship with him. She doesn't even know the man. Like, they could have just told her and she'd probably be like, okay.
I don't know if they did that in order to kind of just keep her out of it, right? Because she had yet to make a decision, do you want in or not, right? And she didn't make the decision. So I am wondering if she would have accepted earlier, would they have told her about it? I think the whole plan with the dad, okay, I guess. Like, I think there's a lot more to unpack here. I guess that's what the second book is going to do. I'm hoping it picks up right where this one leaves off. But I'm not going to get the answers I want until probably the last book. Oh, the fact that they were meeting in her backyard the whole time, I just thought was genius. Like, all the answers were right there. And she just couldn't see them.
And I remember reading when she said something about the cell thing. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, I didn't even...
That's weird that she mentioned that.
Right. I think we're going to catch up and finish off this original year that she's supposed to be there, right? But what happens after that? Do you think she stays? Or she leaves right after her year's up?
She'll probably leave.
I just want to know what goes down to make her be like, I'm gonna go home and marry some like college man. Like what? How could you leave this world behind? You know, something must happen. I don't know. What's their overall plan to screw her dad's company but not affect her inheritance, right? Because he said, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna try to make sure the plan goes smoothly. Like what is the plan though?
Yeah, I mean...
right? I guess that's just more questions that we'll have for the next book, but
I have a lot of questions.
we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
We got some major things wrong, but that's okay.
I thought it was good. I mean, we went through this quick.
We did.
Yeah, so it's a quick
I never felt like, oh, look how much we have left. Like, it just kept going.
It was more like, this is all we have left.
Yeah.
So I do love the fact that it's like a quick, easy read, and it keeps you hooked. Like, you want to keep reading. This is gonna be a one we recommend. Get ready. What else can be said? We're excited for the next one.
It was like a solid 4 stars.
I think I'm gonna give it a 4 too.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Which is amazing for us right here. That's going to be it for today's video. We had so much fun filming this. We want to do more of these every month, so if you have any recommendations for a book that you would like to see us buddy read, comment that down below. As always, we do put out new videos every Wednesday and Friday, so if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!